Hey everybody, happy Monday. I wanted to check in with everybody. First, just to let you know that today is Monday, which means I will be working on finishing up this week's issue of MMT Trader, which will be out later. Hopefully not too late today. Actually, I managed to get a lot of work done over the weekend. That's number one. Just some quick observations from the report that will be going out later. And by the way, if you want to get that report, and if you want to take a look at all the back issues right now, you can do that. Just go to my website, pitbulleconomics.com, and right there on the homepage, it says get the 30-day free trial to MMT Trader. You sign up for that, it's free, and you could already access the site and start reading some of the back issues, and when the new issue goes out later, you will get it. But just a couple of I think information points from the report today. First of all, in the latest week, bank credit was down 20 billion, so almost reversing the prior week's increase. However, we saw a second consecutive weekly increase in real estate loans, and actually for the last 2 weeks, real estate loans up 20 billion to a new nominal high, okay, a new record high. So that's very positive. And we saw auto loans increase. So two very large consumer items, housing, obviously the biggest purchase that most people will make, and autos. Those elements of bank credit, those elements of loans and leases, those are going up. So that's a good sign. The decline came in the Fed's category called other loans and leases. They're not specified, but that's really what kind of brought down loans and leases and bank credit, as well as commercial and industrial loans. Those dropped. So I'm not sure. It did look like that was kind of making a turnaround, but we saw a stall in that, at least in the latest week. Some more gold selling today. We've seen a barrage of gold selling over the last 4 or 5 weeks. I think we saw something like 130,000 net longs liquidated by speculators. All right, that is a. I did the breakdown on that. That equates to something like 400 tons of gold. The equivalent of 400 tons of gold. That's basically 2 times the annual consumption, entire gold consumption of the United States. So that's almost like saying the United States would be out of the picture in terms of a gold consuming nation for the next 2 years, which is ludicrous. Obviously, the selling is wildly overdone. But again, you're dealing with zombie behavior here. You're dealing with a perception that the rising interest rates are somehow negative for gold. Don't forget, when the Fed started to raise interest rates for the first time in 9 years back in 2015, gold was at $1,045 per ounce. It's at $1,200, $1,210 right now. So with 4 rate hikes, we're still about almost 20% above where it was when the Fed first started to raise rates. Another thing, we saw in the last week a 3 billion increase in the so-called central bank liquidity swaps. Those are these Forex swaps that the Fed does with other central banks. That has virtually been on zero for months and months and months. And all of a sudden in the last week, we saw that pop up by 3 billion. Now, 3 billion in central bank terms is not a lot. However, it was pretty much zero and suddenly popped up at 3 billion. And I'm wondering if that has anything to do with the dollar's rise against the yen, maybe catching some Japanese financial institutions short dollars. I don't know. It's just interesting that it popped up by 3 billion in the latest week. So we have that. And of course, everything else will be included in there. I just want to point out too, you got a nice rally in the agricultural commodities going on. You have wheat up around $5.50. You have corn over $4 now. You have soybeans back over $10, actually over $10.20. So you got a nice rally happening in the commodity sector, in the agricultural commodity sector. And of course, we are long in those commodities and making money. Actually, in wheat, we have over $1.50 profit. That's $7,500 per contract. As far as the currencies are concerned, I still have my positions. I am short dollar yen. I added one unit at 114.19, I believe. That got filled earlier this morning. So I'm short dollar yen. My average is below that, but I'm feeling totally fine about that position. I'm actually long dollar Canada. Down here, we have seen, by the way, a very, very large short covering rally. As you know, several weeks ago, I said the best trade on the board was to buy the Canadian dollar. The best trade on the board was to buy the Canadian dollar, and that has worked out amazingly. But now I am turning that position around the other way. Anyway, all the rest of the stuff, the usual stuff, the fiscal flows, the breakdowns, everything will be in the report. It'll be coming out later. So if you want to get that, just go to pitbulleconomics.com and sign up for the 30-day free trial. And of course, you could also get my courses there, the Forex course, the Understanding the Daily Treasury Statement course, which is a fascinating course. It really gives you the breakdown of that really, really important resource, the Daily Treasury Statement. The MMT Value Stock Selection course, or you can get the 3-course bundle, save you a whole bunch of money, saves you a bundle for $295. You get all 3 courses. So you can go to my website and get all that at pitbulleconomics.com. I'll see everybody later. Bye-bye.